Hey, what is up, Sister Sweet? I apologize, the lighting is really, really terrible where I am, and I'm also about a minute early, but I figure it will take people about a minute to hop on. I'm actually going to move over in hopes that I look a little bit less scary. I am actually coming to y'all not from my own house. I'm actually watching a friend's kids today. So hopefully all three children stay asleep for about the next 25 minutes or about as fast as I can breeze through this. Um, so we shall see. So I see that there are three people here, and I can see that my Facebook is already not working properly. So when you hop on, can you just do me a favor and drop a comment in the comment section so that I know that comments are working? Pretty please. Pretty please with sugar on top. If not, I'll run and grab my phone so that I can see if there are any actual questions. I don't know about you guys, but Facebook. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. Hi, Amber. Hey, Brittany. Um, Thank you for both of you for saying hello because you have first names I can pronounce. And I know I didn't just ask you for a favor and butcher your name. Hey, Kathleen, what's up? Okay, so hey, Shelly. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because of said three children. Really quickly, hey, Sarah. For those of you who don't know um, who I am, I don't know why you would know who I am, but my name is Jenn Whitmore. Hey, Tara. My name is Jenn Whitmore, and I am an executive director under the Sister Suite umbrella. I am actually a level 2 to Leah, which I think makes me like a level 3 to Lindsay if we want to get really specific. But I'm an executive director. I signed on with Color Street at the end of July 2017, so about a month after the company's inception. My personal team is Team Nail Slayers, and we are a small but mighty executive team of $235. And my homegirls just knocked it out of the park last month and put us over the edge into $1 million team. So we have sold a lot of nails. If that makes any of my advice more valuable, I don't really know. So first thing, I actually made notes. They're a little scattered because, let me be honest, I made them this morning while three children were like running in circles around me, literal running in circles. They also did my hair with a mop today, like a wig. This is my life. So, and if you guys knew me, I'm a single mom. I live in New Jersey, if anybody's curious. But if you guys knew me, my daughter is going to be 4 at the end of November. So she's almost 3.5. I just got really specific there. But if you guys knew me about 4 years ago, even when I was pregnant, people are like, you are the last person we would ever think would ever have children. And here I am watching 2 toddlers and a baby. So things have definitely changed. But I am a consistent award winner of the Subpar Mom Award. The clothes aren't always clean. The socks aren't always changed. Sometimes we forget to brush teeth. I am that mom, and I am not ashamed. Okay, so let me get started here. So we have some people online. If you guys are watching the replay, drop #replay. Tara, where in New Jersey are you? I am in Hackettstown, which is Warren County. So about 15 minutes from the Poconos. Hey, Shayna. Okay, so a couple things I'm going to tell you. So if you guys are looking at the title of my live, okay, it actually fits in with what we're talking about, right? So you're all here because you want to get more engagement in your groups, on your posts, and it's a tricky thing, right? So one of the things that is going to get engagement is doing something to attract people, okay? You will see that the title of this live says, let's get engaged. Now, I put creating engagement in your groups just to make this searchable, but I'll be honest, I really wanted to skip that part and really just put on my live, let's get engaged. P.S. I'm single. The offer still stands, right? Because we're talking about engagement. But that's a title that if you were scrolling through your Facebook newsfeed and you see some wacko like this with, really terrible dark lighting, and the title is "Let's Get Engaged, P.S. I'm Single," you would be like, who is this nut and what is she talking about? And I guarantee you would click that live and you would watch me ramble on about exactly what you're watching me ramble on about, right? And that is creating engagement. So there is a method to my madness. Sarah Brown, we are all that mom. And anybody who says that they are not that mom is a liar. We're all that mom. Okay, Ocean County. Yeah, I know Ocean County, girl. It's almost Jersey Shore time, and I am excited, and I wish I lived where you live. So we can swap places anytime. Hey, Vanessa. Hey, April. Okay. So that is the reason that the title is what the title is. So first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about in terms of creating engagement is really a basic thing, and that is making sure that you show up every single day. No excuses, no exceptions. You need to show up to your business. I know a lot of you work full-time jobs. A lot of you work full-time jobs and you have children on top of it. Some of you have multiple children. I just want to say, anybody who has multiple children is either a little insane, and you're also super mom, so pat yourselves on the back because I could never handle all that. I know my limitations, and you guys are superheroes, honest to God superheroes. So the key is showing up for your business every single day. That does not necessarily mean an extensive commitment. You can show up to your business if you are new. I mean, at least show up for 5 or 10 minutes every day. Okay. What do I mean by show up? Post in your groups. Okay. I have had people come to me and say to me, thank you, Vanessa. I have had people come to me and say to me, oh, Jen, nobody is commenting on my stuff. What am I doing wrong? Why is nobody commenting? Well, let me just tell you guys the honest to goodness truth. You cannot post in your VIP group once a week, 4 times a week, once a month, and expect people to just flock to your group. That is not the way it works, and that is not the way Facebook algorithms work, right? The way that Facebook algorithms, which are always kept under wraps and people speculate about, but a couple basic assumptions can be made based on your own experience if you are watching your groups, right? And that is the more that you're posting and those posts are getting people to like or to comment or to whatever, the more visible those posts are going to be in your group members' news feeds, meaning when they log online. I am a hand talker. Just realized that my hand is going like this. So apologies for the shadow. I can actually do some shadow puppets, just so you know. Oh, there's not a shadow puppet of a little barking dog right now. That's mom skills right there. It's the only shadow puppet I know how to do. So if you don't post every day, you're not going to be getting that engagement. So you need to show up to your business at the very least 5 to 10 minutes every day, and that is to post on Facebook. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, let me actually look at my notes now. So you're showing up for your 5 to 10 minutes every day. That is the length of a trip to the potty. Moms, I know that sometimes that is the only opportunity you have to give 5 minutes to yourself, and even that is negotiable. Let me let you in on a secret. When I go to the bathroom, I lock the door, I lock my child out, and I turn on the bathroom fan because nothing's going to happen to her in the 4 minutes I'm checking my Facebook or, God forbid, reading a legitimate news article by myself. It's a true story. Okay. So here is what I do because that's what I was asked to talk about. So I post at least 3 times a day in my VIP group. Okay. If you guys are not used to posting on a regular basis, if you're new to direct sales or social media or having a VIP group, the easiest way to remember it is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay? And you want to vary up what your posts are. You do not want every single post to be a sales post. Hey, buy my nails. 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 Because what's going to happen is people are going to scroll past it. People are going to start to actively tune you out. Okay. So you have to mix up your posts. And I actually, if Lindsay is okay with it, I will do a separate post. I have a sample posting schedule and instructions for it that I created for my team, just to give you guys a basis of kind of what to post and how to vary it up and what it would look like throughout the week. And I will post that in here after I get off of this live, if that's something you guys are interested in. But vary up your posts, make some of them personal posts. I talk a lot about being a mom, being a single mom. That's what I know, right? So I talk about it. I do some interactive posts, right? Like, I'm trying to think, like, and I tie it into something personal too. Like, hey, you know, my kid decided to wet her pants at the most inopportune moment when I was talking to this guy or whatever, okay? I mean, not that that happens. I'm just pulling something out of my, I'm single for a reason, guys. Let's be real. I'm not exactly getting hit on a lot. Their loss. But, you know, when was the last time your kid did something really embarrassing in an opportune moment? It's a fun post. It's an interactive post. It's something that makes people laugh. It ties it into something that I'm doing personally, and it's allowing people to get to know you, right? Direct sales is all about building relationships. And with every single thing you post on social media, you are building a relationship, whether you realize it or not, okay? So when I'm just posting, buy my nails, buy my nails, buy my nails, people want to know who they're supporting. When people purchase from me, they know that they are supporting a single mom who, quite frankly, probably should have been committed to an insane asylum. They realize that they are, the universe just lets all people breed because I had a kid, right? But they also know some of my struggles as well. So there are struggles that go along with that. I do kind of mix that in. And they know that I value what they have to say, because I'm always asking for their opinion on any and everything. Even if I post a nail fee, I'm like, hey, I did my nails today. I don't really actually know that I like it. I think this about this color, like this is dripping in diamonds. I think it's too solid silver for me personally. Do you guys agree with me or do you not agree with me? If you think it's too solid, instead you might want to go with this set, and then I'll just post a link at the bottom. Okay, so even when I'm talking about the product, I'm talking about the product in terms of my opinion and how it relates to me. It's not, hey, look, these look cool. Go buy your dripping in diamonds and 3 other sets. I need an extra $10 this week. Like, you know what I mean? So vary it up. Always make sure that, yes, Amber, then I will make a post with it. Oh, hey, it's the beeve. Oh, Vanessa, it's rough. And Vanessa, if you are a single mom to more than 1 kid, let me just tell you, I'm not a hugger. I don't really like to hug people, but I would hug you because I feel like you would need it. Like I just had 12 hours with 3 children, and I feel like I need a hug. So, just so you know. Hey, Kristen, respond to people. Every time you post something on social media, always include an open-ended question with it. None of my posts are ever just hey, Dripping in Diamonds is back in stock. No, Dripping in Diamonds is back in stock. How excited are you? Dripping in Diamonds is back in stock. Is this something that is on your wish list? Question. There's always something for them to respond to, right? Because what happens is the more people comment or respond to your question or your post, what it's doing is it's telling Facebook that people are interested in that content. And what it will do is it will make that more visible in your group members' news feeds. Okay, so if Lindsay Beavers comments on one of my posts and Vanessa is friends with Lindsay, but she didn't see the post, well, now she's quite likely going to see it because they both, Lindsay and Vanessa, share my VIP group in comment, and Lindsay commented. So Facebook thinks it's something that Vanessa wants to see, so on and so forth. When people comment on your Facebook posts, that 5 to 10 minutes a day dedicated to your business and your VIP group doing those posts, use a couple of those minutes to go back to your posts, right? And respond. When people comment, respond. I often do it in bulk, typically right before I go to bed or right when I wake up in the morning, because I'm one of those compulsive, like, Facebook checkers, right? Vanessa, one and done for me as well. No jokes. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Caitlin. So make sure you respond to people. That will also increase engagement, and you're building a relationship. When Lindsay goes and comments on my thing, oh my God, my kid did this and embarrassed the bejesus out of me, I'm going to respond and be like, you know what? That's super, super funny. I'm sorry that you were so embarrassed, but I can totally relate. I was mortified today. You're acknowledging that Lindsay or whomever the group member is important to you. You're acknowledging that you saw her comment, and it's letting her know that her comment wasn't wasted. The 5 seconds she invested in responding to you, you're acknowledging that that matters to you. And in doing that, you are starting to build that relationship. Okay. I already talked about sample posting schedule. Guys, pre-schedule your posts. Okay. This goes hand in hand with making sure that you are consistently posting in Facebook, right? I'm going to cover this up because I'm kind of embarrassed about my MTV tank top. just so you know. So, hey, Safety Shannon. Pre-schedule your Facebook posts. Facebook has this amazing feature called Facebook Scheduler. So when you go into your Facebook, and this is only applicable for VIP groups, for groups. When you go to post in your group, you're going to type out your post, and then you'll see this little thing next to the blue post button that is the most archaic looking clock I have ever seen. If you click that, you can schedule out your posts. What I typically tend to do is I schedule my 3 posts, my I usually do a full 3. I tend to schedule my 3 posts out a few days in advance. So life gets busy, life happens. You never know what the day is going to bring, but you are going to know that when you go to bed at night, no matter what kind of crazy day you have the next day, you don't have to worry about posting in your VIP group. You can take those, 5 to 10 minutes that you're investing in your business every day and just respond to comments and move on to doing something else. So I would strongly encourage you to pre-schedule posts. I personally do not use an outside scheduler. I know people have talked about SynShare and like Post My Party. I don't personally use those. There's nothing wrong with using them. It's not my wheelhouse or my area of expertise. I can tell you that I personally don't choose to use it because it shows that it is, because when you post through a SynShare or one of those external applications, it actually shows in your VIP group that it's coming from, Post My Party. So people know that that post is pre-scheduled. When you use Facebook Scheduler, it doesn't say anything. So people assume that you're taking time out for them live in real time when really you're off working, okay? Okay, I already talked about always making sure your posts are open-ended. I always put a question at the end of usually every post. I make sure that that is at the bottom of my post and separated out from the rest of the post, okay? Do not make your Facebook group posts super wordy and long-winded. People don't want to read a novel. They're scrolling through Facebook. Think about your scroll habits. You want to look at something quick, get the gist, and if you like it, you're going to comment on it, right? That's kind of how it works. At least I have squirrel brain, so maybe that's just me. So I try to keep it concise and to the point with a little bit of my personality, for whatever that's worth, in there. And then at the bottom, I'll separate it out by a couple lines with the question. So it's very clear that I'm asking them for something at the bottom. They don't have to read this big convoluted paragraph. It's somewhere in there is a little open-ended question for engagement, okay? They never have to guess. It's always there. I already talked about always relating posts to who you are. Stay true to yourself. There is no I think we talk a lot in direct sales about attraction marketing. And I think attraction marketing is kind of one of those buzzwords that people hear it and they feel really overwhelmed by it. Attraction marketing. Does that mean I have to do my hair and, look like a queen? And oh my God, I have to find out what my personal brand is. And it gets really overwhelming. And even me talking about it, I get anxiety talking about it, like just thinking about it, because they sound like these big buzzwords. Really, attraction marketing is using who you are to bring in like-minded people. It's plain and simple, right? What is attraction marketing for me? I really work the mom angle because that's who I am. I'm Color Street and I am a mom. This is my full-time gig and this fully supports us, right? So I relate most things to, those two topics. That's who I am. I'm a mom. I'm a single mom. I have no clue what I'm doing because I'm also an only child with no kid experience. So I'm constantly just flying by the seat of my pants. And I'm a little wild and crazy and I just say whatever comes to mind. And that is who I am. That is my brand. That is my attraction marketing. That's who I am. And I'm going to draw in those like-minded people. That does not mean that I do my hair and makeup. Lord knows I did not actually put a brush through my hair today. And I am here talking to 1,300 of you who at some point will possibly watch this. Okay. So don't let that overwhelm you. Just basically incorporate who you are in your posts. Let people get to know you. Next. I swear I'm almost done with my points and I can't tell what time it is, but I feel like I'm doing good for I like to talk. I talk to a 3.5-year-old most of the time. So, I mean, this is the most adult conversation. I'm not even kidding. I've probably had in maybe 24 hours. Wow, scary. Do guys consider who you're allowing in your group? Okay. Consider who you're allowing in your group in terms of, I will say that I personally used to allow stylists in my VIP group. Anybody who requests to join my VIP group, I do like a quick 5-second Facebook stalk to see if we have any friends in common and kind of get a feel for who they are, right? And I will not allow anybody who is a Color Street stylist at this point in my group. Now, because I'm a big fat meanie, well, I guess that depends on who you ask. But it's more so because what happens is you allow other stylists in. Why do you want to be in my group? Unless you're direct to me or you're on my team or there's a reason that you're in, you don't need to be in my group because why are you in there? You're in there to borrow my graphics, which, by the way, are subpar at best, okay? And to take my ideas, which is fine because I'm not reinventing the wheel by any means. But they often sit in your group and they do not interact. They're dead, what I call dead weight in your VIP group. So you could have, when you're looking at a group, some people come to me. I have 633 people in my VIP group. And for a while, I was hovering right around 1,000. I'm not even kidding when I tell you I have kicked 300 people out of my VIP group over the course of probably the last 6 months. I probably every month and a half do what I call a spring cleaning in my VIP group. And I use a couple programs. Facebook, actually, if you go into your group, has insights, and that gives you some basic analytics of what's going on in your group, who your top contributors are, so on and so forth. There's also a wonderful website called sociograph.io. There is a paid version of it. I actually do pay for the paid version because I am nuts. But I don't think that there's really a big reason for anybody to pay for the paid version, but it's something that you can check out if you are interested. Remember that anything that you choose to purchase, keep track of. It is a tax write-off, guys. Shelly Frost, no, you can't pre-schedule on your personal page. You have to, you can only schedule in a group. Okay. I'm sorry, the internet is being wonky here, so everything is just starting to populate in like batches. So I'm not ignoring anybody. Okay. 21 minutes. Thank you, Shannon. You have been running your mouth for 21 minutes. So I use those analytics to see who's active and who's not active. And what I do is I actually delete people out of my VIP group. If you have been in my VIP group for a year and you still have not commented, I know we all want to hold on to hope that one day they're going to realize the error of their ways and buy all the nails. But let's be realistic. The odds of that happening are not super, super high. Okay. What happens is, I just said I had 600 and something people in my VIP group. Some of you only have 20 people in your VIP group. And I'll tell you what, you with only 20 people may end up with more visibility and more engagement in your 20-person group than I do in my 633 human group. Okay. Why? Because you want quality members over quantity in your Facebook groups always. It's always quality over quantity. You want people in there who are going to comment, who are going to interact, who are going to like things. And it's a lot easier to do that with a smaller group. 20 people who interact is better than me having 633 if only, 100 of them interact. I can't do math really quickly, but I'm pretty sure that you get a much higher percentage. So don't be afraid that if you have smaller group numbers, strongly consider ridding your VIP group of other stylists if they are not on your team or in there for some particular purpose. I actually went through and deleted, because I just looked at the analytics before I got on, I deleted something like 30 something, I don't remember the exact number, but 30 something stylists from my group last month, because those are the only people I deleted. The only people I left in were people on my team, so new stylists who are just looking to kind of get ideas, or like my level ones. They're welcome to stay in my group. And what happened was, if I look at my group analytics, to the left it tells you like number of new members is down because I just got rid of a bunch, right? It's going to change that percentage to not look so great. But my engagement went up after I did that 133% from the month prior. 133%. So don't be afraid to go into your group and remove some dead weight. Okay. Other things that will help your engagement. If you guys are, and a lot of us do this, if you guys are getting graphics from graphics groups, so on and so forth, those images are being shared by thousands of stylists, right? Because all of us are cramming into these 3 or 4 groups for our graphics. When you are pulling those graphics and you're going to reshare them on your Facebook group, run them through a filter first. What does that mean? So do not remove somebody else's watermark. People get all upset about that, okay? But do take it, and what I will do is I will steal the picture from a graphics group, and I will open it in Instagram and run it through an Instagram filter. You know how when you run things through an Instagram filter, it saves the new filtered image on your phone or whatever. I'll run it through an Instagram filter and then I'll post it on Facebook. Or I'll run it through like a Photofy and then I'll post it. Or I'll open it up in Canva and I'll add like a little tiny J somewhere, something, okay? And what happens when you do that is, I'm not a tech person, but every image is basically like a geotagged, I guess, is the best way to explain it. But what happens is if 1,000 people are sharing that same image that's, geotagged or whatever it's really called, when they're sharing that image with those same markings, that same geotag, because that's just the word I'm choosing to use. Does it sound smart? Because I just went with it and owned it. When you're doing that, Facebook reads it as not original content. When you run it through a filter, it's basically remarking it and making it an original image. And Facebook likes new original content. They don't want the same content that's being recurated over and over and over again. And by recurated, I mean stolen and just slapped up there. Okay. But curated sounded really nice too, kind of like geotagging. It's a nice way of saying if you're going to steal the crap, run it through a filter. Okay. Because that will help you. Because Facebook likes seeing images as original, even if they're not really original, but running it through a filter, adding a little tiny J or whatever you want at the bottom where no one sees it, really, really does kind of help with that original curated content as far as Facebook filters are concerned. With engagement, run graphics. I already said I don't allow stylists. Literally almost done. Giveaways. Be careful with giveaways, particularly if you're new. I come from the world of LuLaRoe before this. And boy, was that a lot of work. I did that very well for 2 years. LuLaRoe was very good to me. But I think I still hate shipping because of LuLaRoe. But I know LuLaRoe in particular is very gung-ho on giveaways, right? Give away and reap the benefits, right? And I think that is true. I think the more you give, the more you receive in certain respects. But be careful, particularly for new, because giveaways aren't the end-all, be-all of things, okay? So giveaways kind of can go either way, right? If you're always giving something away, you run the risk that people aren't actually going to shop from you. They're just going to hang out with you in your group and wait for you to give stuff away because you're always giving stuff away, okay? I do encourage giveaways because I think it's a great idea it's a great way to build relationships, make people feel good. Everybody wants to win something. But when you do giveaways, do them strategically because giveaway posts are always going to get a ton of engagement because who doesn't like free stuff? Hello, single mom, and I'm as cheap as they come. If it's free, it's for me, okay? And I'm sure a lot of you are like, yeah, I'd raise my hand for that. Hopefully you looked a lot cooler than I just did. But you're always going to get a lot of engagement typically on a giveaway post, whether you're giving away accent nails or you're going to the dollar store, right, and picking up some files. People don't care what it is. They just don't want to have to pay for it. I strategically plan my giveaways. So for me, I've been in the game a while. I get a lot of free product from closing out parties. I do purchase some stock to have on hand because my people like to purchase stock on hand. So I do an album sale in my group at least once a month, okay? And I will usually always do a giveaway for a free set the night before or the morning of an album sale. Why? Because not everybody necessarily gets the notification that I created an event and I did a random post like, hey, we're doing an album sale tonight. But if 50 people respond to my, what's your favorite color giveaway post or whatever, what's going to happen is that giveaway post is going to appear in people's news feeds. People who haven't checked out my VIP group in a while are going to say, oh, this is an easy question to answer. And Jen's giving away a nail set. And then they're going to go down the clicky rabbit hole that we all do. Hey, I haven't seen that ex-boyfriend from 30 years ago. He's still alive. He just popped up in my newsfeed. Let me click on him. That's exactly what they're going to do, except they're going to be going into your VIP group because you're giving something away. They're going to scroll down a little bit and they're going to say, holy crow, Jen's doing an album sale. You know what? She was bat poo-poo crazy, but maybe we'll support her and check out this Color Street thing. And they're more inclined to come and shop your sale. I always do a giveaway, usually a day or two before a big launch too, because I want people to be catching those posts that, hey, 32 New Springs shades are live, okay? I also utilize MailChimp, but there's a bunch of different services out there, Constant Contact, Mad Mimi. I love that people drop little emojis and there's like an angry face one every time. I am so sorry to whoever I'm making angry. If it's a fat finger issue, I do that all the time. These thumbs ain't skinny, baby. So I use MailChimp, right? And but you can use like a Constant Contact or whatever. I have a mailing list. I have the email addresses of everybody who has ever shopped for me, and because they're available right in your back office. And I have the email addresses of everybody who has ever requested a sample, because that's what's in my Google Doc. And I am constantly updating my MailChimp list. So what I can do is I can use MailChimp as an avenue to help funnel people into my VIP group. Okay. So I will usually send out a MailChimp campaign anytime there is a big launch or I'm doing an album sale, to direct them into my VIP group. Hey, this is going on, go here. And at the bottom, of course, there's also an embedded link to just go right to the shopping page. I am going to be starting, it's on my to-do list, to send out a newsletter bi-weekly, because that seems the most manageable for my personal schedule, bi-weekly, to all of those people on my MailChimp list. Hey, these are what the current season's trends are. Not that I'm not super trendy in my MTV shirt, right? But that's information that's easy to obtain, and that's information that's available to us. If you guys haven't checked out the links to the spring lookbook yet, you guys should check that out, because there's all kinds of information. If you guys have read the newsletters where they talk about current trends, Color Street is giving us that information, and you can put that into something pretty and awesome really easily, and send it out to people bi-weekly in their email, remind them you're still there, and again, have that link that funnels into your VIP group. Also, I do not post a lot. This is literally my last thing, and I am going to just answer questions, and then you'll be rid of me, because I've gone way over, but hopefully you found my jokes mildly entertaining, because Lord knows so few people do find me entertaining. So my personal profile, if you guys, my personal profile is public. So if you're curious, like, how nuts am I after this, you can just click on Jennifer Whitmore, come hang out, say hi. The only thing I ask is that you like one of my posts and let me know that you're stalking me out, because the stalker you know is better than the stalker you don't, right? Watch a lot of Investigation Discovery. I want to know. You'll find on my personal profile, I rarely talk about Color Street at all. Separation of church and state, basically. And people do choose to talk about, their business on their personal profile. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that at all. I just choose not to do that. Why? Because I make sure that every single person who joins my VIP group, I friend a request. There's a reason for that. So even though I'm personable and I share a little bit of myself, you're all probably wondering what my limit on a little is. Probably more than a lot of people share. But I do a lot more posts really just pertaining to my life as a mom on my personal profile. I do a lot more kind of motivational posts, different things like that on my personal profile, things I find entertaining. Anybody that joins my VIP group, I friend request them for that reason, because it allows them to become my Facebook friend, and everybody wants more Facebook friends, guys. Don't lie. The number matters to y'all on there, okay? It allows them to know a different side of me, and then they get both sides of me. So while they may not be super excited about Color Street in the beginning, even though they've joined my group, maybe they were part of a party, and they joined or whatever, maybe a friend added them to the group and they're like, what's this? Well, I guess this isn't so bad. I'll just stay in here. Maybe I'll go back to it, right? If I friend request them, now they see who I am outside of the Color Street, and they may connect with me more via my personal profile and the things I'm sharing on there, and then go over to my VIP group. I just don't like to have a lot of overflow and redundancy. I like to keep the two different. If you guys are struggling with what to post in your VIP groups, I left it in the other room, of course. So I get a lot of my inspiration, not even kidding, from two places. The checkout section at Walmart, Weis, ShopRite, Stop and Shop, whatever your major grocery store chain is in your state of residency. You know what I'm talking about. You always see the Women's Health magazine. fen kills. Well, what's fen? Like I notice stuff like that, or current in season trend, whatever. If something catches my eye in one of my trashy magazines in the checkout aisle of any store, I also always go down the magazine aisle of like Walmart, just to see what they have. I will literally take out my cell phone and take a picture of the article. I will not buy the magazine because, good God, they charge so much for a People magazine these days. It's criminal. But I'll take a picture of it and I'll use it for a post later for a discussion. I mean, you can find inspiration anywhere. They also, if you look on Amazon, I actually get a lot of mine at Five Below. If you guys know what a Five Below is, we have them out here. Everything is $5 or less. And I'm just telling you, everything may be $5 or less, but you spend a hell of a lot of money in there. So I don't go in there that often. But they have a lot of different books that are just writing prompt books. And what writing prompt books are is literally, 300 pages of different short answer questions. And it'll just ask you for a response. And even just, I pick up different ones as I see them. And, I'll just randomly open a page and I'll look at a question. I'll be like, oh, that's a good thought. And it spurs my mind for a post. So if you're ever struggling, seriously, check out the writing prompt books. I started blogging like a year ago and never really had the time to dedicate to it. It's false. I didn't want to dedicate the time to it. But now that I've been going through these writing prompt books, they really are inspiring me for longer posts and really to get back into blogging. So look for those. Okay. I'm going to answer questions and then you'll all be free of me. That's my big thing. I feel like I need to be prim and proper on camera. Sarah, you do not need to be prim and proper. Here is what I will tell you, right? And I used to feel like that too when going live or whatever. You don't need to be prim and proper if that's not who you are, because what's happening is, I'm choosing my words. What's going to happen is you run the risk of coming off as disingenuine. Let me just, because I don't know a sugarcoating it way, right? And you don't want to come off as fake, for lack of a better word, because you're going to have a certain number of people in your group who already know who you are, and they're going to be like, does Sarah have a date we don't know about? Is she cheating on her husband? She is all done up. I haven't seen her like that in forever. Just go as you are, right? People are there in your groups because they want to be there. They have to actively click in to join at this point, right? So the people that are in there want to be there, and they want to be there to support you and the real you, not whatever version of yourself that you think they want to see. And that's kind of a stepping out of your comfort zone and getting out of your own head, because I used to be like that too. And if you go live enough, you're really going to just stop giving a crap, and you're going to be, I mean, I'm not even kidding you. I have gone live like in my bathroom, not my VIP group, but like who cares, as I'm like doing my hair in the morning, not as I'm like, just to rephrase, not as I'm like doing other things. But Amber, I don't go live as much as I should. I really don't, because with my daughter, she is like a little hurricane. And because I always have her, it's very difficult a lot of days, because as soon as she realizes I'm live, all of a sudden, she wanted nothing to do with me for like 2 hours, and I'm like the best thing since sliced bread once I go live. Do you think that having more people in your group helps you to establish a larger client base? I think in theory, I mean, it's a game of odds, right? So, I mean, in theory, the more people you have in your group, that should equate to the more people who purchase, but that's not necessarily true. Okay. There is nothing more that I despise, and my team will tell you this if they've been with me for a while, is those stupid grow your group posts. And I know somebody watching this right now just said, oh God, I did one of those. Yeah, don't do it again. Because what happens is it encourages people to add their friends, or people will just join for something free, and then they're going to sit there like dead weight, and you're not going to get the engagement. It's going to bring your Facebook algorithm down. So I don't think that having more people in your group necessarily means a larger client base. I think, like I said, you need to have quality over quantity. So you need to have quality, members in your group who are engaged. They don't, quality members doesn't always mean that, you know, all 50 people in your group purchase a set every month, okay? But if you have 20 people in there who purchase and then 15 who maybe haven't purchased for one reason or another, but are constantly commenting, that means eventually they're probably going to become customers if you're patient. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you're constantly growing your network. How do you grow your network? That is an entirely different live, but constantly growing your network. The easiest way to grow your network when you're just getting started is to host parties. Host as many parties as you can, because what that's going to do is it's going to expand out your network and your reach, because, you know, most people in direct sales quit within, after their, if you can last more than 4 months in direct sales, you'll be in it for a while. And what happens is, the reason for that is that by your third or fourth month, you've used up what's considered all of your warm market, or at least a lot of people do. Your warm market is the people that you know directly, the people you can reach out and touch, your friends, your family, your relatives, whatever. They've all had parties, they've all bought as much as they can buy, but you weren't focused on continuing to grow your network, so you end up hitting a wall, you get frustrated, and you leave. So you want to make sure that you're constantly cultivating new relationships and getting to know people. I mean, I have people in my VIP group that I've never met in person, but I could tell you the names of their children. I could tell you about, you know, cancer scares and miscarriages and really kind of like very personal stuff. And the reason I know that is because I've cultivated those relationships, and they're not all people who purchase from me. So make sure you're hosting parties, because you're hosting your first parties with people that you know. They're inviting their friends who you may or may not know. And that's kind of a good way to grow your group. Vendor events is also excellent for just straight up going into your cold market and selling the crap out of the nails. Do you invite everyone who will ask for a sample or shows interest? So anybody who asks for a sample from me, I'm going to have their email address, Kathy. And they're going to go on my mailing list. So the next time I send out a MailChimp campaign, they're going to get that email, and it's going to have that. I'm going to try and funnel them into my VIP group. I don't automatically add them to the VIP group, because what happens is that's no guarantee that they're actually going to join. And sometimes it's really off-putting to people. People have mixed reactions to direct sales. So sometimes that might come across as pushy. I personally don't do that. I just add them to my MailChimp. They can always unsubscribe if they want to. And some people do unsubscribe, or they can always click into my VIP group of their own free will. But I literally include in my MailChimp the 3 places I want them to go. My shopping page, which is like buried in the bottom. My VIP group, which is front and center. And then I will link them over to my personal Facebook page. If they're like, who the heck is this crazy lady sending me stuff? They can get an idea of how crazy I really am. Hey, Slick, what's up, homegirl? Lindsay, why did I never think of that? I don't know what you never thought of, but yeah. Thank you, Lindsay. I appreciate that. I'm entertaining. Yeah, I mean, Sarah, I think it's about stepping out of your comfort zone. I am sure you are comfortable with you, but it's weird doing something like this. I know that going live is really, really intimidating for people, because you don't know who's actually watching you on the other end. I always look at it like this. You're watching me right now. You're choosing to be here. I'm not forcing you to listen to me. You're choosing to do it. So this is how I'm coming. Obviously, you're watching, and that's enough, right? Because anybody who's not comfortable with you or your message or what you have to say, it's really their loss, and they'll scroll on by. So I wouldn't really fixate too much on that. I mean, literally just be you. People are in your group because they want to be in your group. Okay. So basically just do you, homegirl, and screw everybody else. And that is the motto for my life. And, you know, the offer does still stand. I am single, ladies. I'm just kidding. All right, I don't have anything else to say, but I appreciate that everybody really patiently listened to me for 50 minutes. I am going to hop out of here, and in a few minutes, I have to go check on my daughter um, and the other children in the house. I will put the sample posting schedule up with the instructions that I use. If anybody wants to try following it, you're obviously more than welcome to. If anybody has any questions for me, like I said, you can feel free to just stalk me out. My profile is personal. My profile is public. So you don't actually have to friend request me, but if you want to reach out to me with any questions or whatever, I mean, don't be shy. I'm obviously not shy. You talked earlier about Facebook Insights. How do we find that? So when you go to, let me just actually, hopefully I didn't lose you. Hold on one second. I think I did. I see the camera, so I can't actually see anything now. I have no idea where that window went. So let me just walk you through what it looks like. So when you go to your Facebook group, because I don't know without actually looking. Literally no idea where my window just went. But I see the camera's still working, so I'm assuming you're still here. So, NailYourStylewithJenn. So when you go into your Facebook VIP group, click into it. I am obviously on a desktop, right? But on the left-hand side, you'll see your group's title in big bold letters. And then scroll all the way down, you'll see towards where the search this group is, Group Insights. And if you go ahead and click that, right now it shows that I lost 19 members in the last 28 days because I like to go on my deleting sprees. But post comments and reactions are up 133%. So basically, don't be afraid. Really have no idea where the window went. Don't be afraid to go ahead and delete people. I literally cannot find this window. Maybe this is the window. Nope. I am a moron. I'm back. Okay. I am a moron. Yeah, I could see the light was still on, so I didn't pick my nose, Brittany, but I mean, I thought about it for a second. If any of you are going to conference, you can see this crazy face in person. But yeah, Brittany, that's exactly where you find it. You are welcome, Lisa. So, hey, Alicia. Hey, Jen Rango. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I mean, like I said, just shout them out. Otherwise, I'm going to go get a glass of water and a snack. I really want some chocolate. All right, guys, have a great night.